This is Pretzel Boy's bed, and he loves to sleep in here. It's his most favorite place to be. And we have Empire Strikes Back pillowcase, Superman pillowcase, dog bed heaven.
I said you'll have fun, and I won't disappoint you.
Welcome, fellow Kiss fans. Welcome to It's All For You Demon, celebrating the fun of being a Kiss fan. I'm Rick. This is the Wax Night Basement. My dogs, Pretzel Boy, Strutter. This is what we do. We talk Kiss in the Wax Night Basement, which is exactly what we do in our new book, Wax Night 2, available on Amazon now. Shameless plug. Let's get into some Kiss fun. Tonight's discussion comes from last week. I mentioned in last week's Hotface I was 77-78 Alive 2 era Hotface, and that is what the whole discussion will be about tonight, because we have some very cool Alive 2 era fun that is showing up in the Wax Night Basement. Thought we would take a look at that, talk a little summer fun as well, since we are officially into summer, and as summer is hot, let's Hotface. My Hotface this week is the Mad Weirdo Watcher's Guide from 1982, featuring Alfred E. Newman, dressed up as Gene Simmons on the cover. And that cover is featured in the intro of Detroit Rock City. Correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that intro was designed and directed by Tommy Thayer, yes? I could be completely wrong on that, but I thought Tommy Thayer did the intro to this movie. The opening credits with all the 70s shots. Which brings me to the point, I never knew this book came from 1982, which technically shouldn't have been used in Detroit Rock City, correct? Not screen accurate. I get that Mad Magazine is a 70s magazine. Given the fact that this book is from 1982, I don't think it should have been used in Detroit Rock City, although it was very cool in that opening clip. Very 70s. So the aesthetic worked. Was it screen accurate? You know, beggars can't be choosers. We're not here to nitpick. Super cool intro. I love the intro to this movie. I love the opening scene. I love those opening credits. I always get a lot of hate for this. I'm not a big fan of Detroit Rock City. My version of Detroit Rock City was eaten by Large Marge. I am a huge fan of Dazed and Confused, and that's what I wish Detroit Rock City was. Detroit Rock City had a great 70s vibe to it, but it tried to be too comical. It tried to be too funny. It tried to be too yuck all the time. Dazed and Confused was funny, cool, and serious. I wish Detroit Rock City would have been that. I wish Detroit Rock City would have been a 70s film, a serious 70s film about a bunch of kids wanting to go to a Kiss concert, and just lost that kind of like slapstick vibe. And yes, it could be because I was such a fan of Dazed and Confused, I went into Detroit Rock City with higher expectations. I still love the film. It was still a great time, still a great soundtrack, although the Dazed and Confused soundtrack is a little better. This is a fight I'm never going to win, but this is my take. Dazed and Confused is my 70s movie I go to. Detroit Rock City was fun, and I have wanted the Mad Weirdo Watcher's Guide since Detroit Rock City came out. It is finally here. That is my hot face for this week. Leave your hot faces below, and let's wax. And don't kill me for my Detroit Rock City comments. It's all good. We can all have differing opinions, and everything is a lot of fun as long as Kiss and dogs are involved. On to the Alive 2 fun. I've often said the three albums I think that make up summer are Rock and Roll Over, Love Gun, and Alive 2. So Alive 2 is definitely a listen during the summer months. Alive 2 also blends into October and Phantom of the Park time, mainly because of God of Thunder. I love the intro to God of Thunder on Alive 2 because it reminds me of how Phantom of the Park ends and those ending credits. I get goosebumps even thinking about the intro to that song because it takes me to Halloween time and watching Phantom of the Park, and that is one of the happiest moments of every Kiss fan's year. But an album I love even more than Alive 2 is the Off the Soundboard Des Moines, November 29th, 1977. I'm not a big Off the Soundboard fan. I only own 2. I own the Tokyo Japanese CD because it came with the tour book. That also features the Eric Singer insert, and it actually is an insert. It's just a little mini one. You have to admit, that is cool AF right there. That is cool. But I love this soundboard because it contains the spirit of Alive 2, but also the coolness of a real Kiss show. It's got the complete A solo, complete drum solo, complete bass solo. I mean, duh, it's an Off the Soundboard. But this is my go-to, and this just puts me in even more of a summer fun thing. Although this was recorded in November, a day after they came to Kansas City, mind you, it still has a summer vibe to it because it's Alive 2, and it just puts me in that summer mood. And that's what we're talking about tonight is Alive 2 fun. And I have received in the Wax Night Basement probably the coolest of all the summer fun Alive 2 era goodies you could get because it is directly tied to the classic album we love, recorded at the LA Forum. And a little shout out to the Alive 2 wall while we're talking Alive 2 goodies. The Alive 2 wall. Price is right. It's on the television. Alive 2 wall is up and going. Miss Pac-Man's on the arcade. This is an I Was There button that was handed out at the LA Forum 1977 during the recording of Alive 2. And I have always wanted one of these buttons. In my sort of button Hotface that we've been going through, trying to finish the Hotline buttons, I was able to obtain an I Was There button, and it makes me even more happy because 2 reasons. Reminds me of my own I Was There memorabilia I received in 2025 when I attended the Knights in Satan Service Kiss Museum. I can only imagine how happy a kid was to receive this button at the LA Forum, and just, I mean, you wear that you wear that stuff to school the next day, you're the coolest kid on the block. I feel that sort of magic just even looking at this because, again, it's Alive 2, it's summertime fun, and it's a button. I love buttons. And it is hard to see, but there are Kiss logos silhouetted in the back all across the button. Kind of comes through there. That's super fun. This thing's been through the ringer. Back's all rusted out, the pin part. There you go. There you can see the Kiss logos. That's a lot of fun. And even more fun to stick it next to the WPLJ 95.5 Kiss button celebrating Kiss 3 nights at Madison Square Garden in December. Again, December show, but summer fun. And there we have the LA Forum button right next to it. Alive 2 would have been out at the time of the December show. I wonder if any child Kiss fans were pen pals from California to New York talking about these buttons. That's fun to think about. There had to be one. A kid in California talking to a kid in New York via pen pal, snail mail, talking about the cool buttons they had. I love buttons just as much as prism stickers. It's all wax night fun. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight and waxing the little rock and roll nostalgia here in the Wax Night Basement. Be good to your babies. They're acting so good because I hit record. Be good to your babies. Spay, neuter, microchip. Take care. Be safe. Let's do biscuits. We'll talk to you soon. Since we're talking summer, here are my summer go-to movies. Point Break and Speed. I don't know why. I love those movies in the summertime. Point Break, one of the greatest movies ever freaking made. The remake was horrible. Keanu Reeves made me want to join the FBI. Patrick Swayze made me want to skydive. This whole entire movie made me want to move to Los Angeles. Huge impact on me. Definitely in my top 10 films of all time. The Burbs, I always have to watch around Memorial Day, the beginning of summer, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I always have to watch around August. Great, great movies. The Burbs is just so much fun, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is just so cool. Hollywood was so cool back then. Boogie Nights is another movie I watch all the time, definitely in my top 10 movies of all time. I love the golden age of adult cinema anyway, and so this movie tickled my fancy there, but this is such a great movie. I love how it moves through the decades. I love how it shows the seedy dark side of everything. The drugs, the excess. It's all so good. I always hit these two movies as well. Last American Virgin to me is the greatest 80s teenage movie of all time with the most realistic ending. The way this movie ends is how real teenage life happens, and it will tear your heart out. If you have not seen Last American Virgin, I definitely recommend it. And lastly, the greatest summer film of all time, The Great Outdoors. That's always a must watch all throughout summer. Not a big Uncle Buck fan. Hate to admit it. I know that'll get a lot of flack too. Never been into Uncle Buck, but I love The Great Outdoors and I love John Candy. That was a great documentary, by the way, if you've never seen the documentary about him. Such a cool guy.